For this next portion, I would show all of this to you word for word, but this teaching has already gone long. We will be discussing some of the verse in Genesis chapter 32. This is the portion where Jacob wrestled with the angel and received his new name, which was a change in status. Sound familiar? When viewing scripture through the Father's teaching, you can see that the blessing that Jacob asked for after wrestling the angel, which also has a meaning of a messenger, was so that all of his seed would have this ability. Let's look through this quickly and not exhaustive through methodology. Sons, who are heirs to the throne, as seed that is winnowed and has been found to be pure, would grasp the power of the revelation through words that are spiritual within the Father's teaching, so that they can be marked with his sine wave, frequency of his covenant, so to be given new flesh, spiritual in nature, risen flesh, and the power of the right hand as one who went through the door of revelation. To bless is so that one could spiritually build their temple through covenant to raise them up as a first fruit if they grasp the spiritual words spoken through the powerful blessing. So where do we hear first fruits mentioned? Of the 144,000. Jacob requested that the angel swear upon his generative parts for his seed and theirs after. Remember, this isn't given instantaneously. It must be revealed and wrestled within, as this is the process of becoming through the wrestle. Jacob had mother's covenant only. He had been raised in it since his beginning. He wrestled with the message that was brought, the Father's teaching, and he prevailed and was victorious, now more powerful. Mother's teaching is less powerful but formative, as it tames the beast ego nature. The lesser always gives away to the greater. The word translated as prevail is from the Hebrew yakol, which has the meaning to be able. Let's take a look at this through metaology. Opening the hand to receive a vision given that provides power, means, and direction by grasping the words spoken that bring revelation from a teacher of light. This is all that is needed to be completed. A teacher, shepherd of light, that teaches the living waters of Mother and Father, the doors of revelation that will deliver the poor in spirit, as one connected to Father, walking in humility and meekness, filled up, set apart, and set above. Notice that they do not provide a Hebrew Strong's number. Yet the translators chose to put in against him. Interesting, isn't it? But when you know the Father's teaching, which is metaology, you can see that the translators didn't know what to do with this. Or maybe they did, and they chose to hide it. So what does the word wrestle mean? Strong's states that is probably to float away as vapor, but is used only as denominative from abak, to bedust or grapple. When you chase this word down to its root meaning, it means light particles as volatile, and volatile having the meaning of characterized by or subject to rapid and unexpected change. And yes, this root also means to bedust and grapple. However, I still believe that some of these things were hidden intentionally so that we would not be able to see the true intent until now, the time of the end. Through metaology, the root says and speaks to us, one who is of Father spiritually builds their temple through covenant by compressing light in the circle of time. Being made light particles, they are the ones that have rapid and unexpected change as a temple built and revealed, connected to the Father as one filled up, fulfilled. Have you ever thought about Yeshua and the Mount of Transfiguration? Selah. These teachings changed Jacob, hence the name change, status change, to Israel. The open hand that received the vision, where he was given power, means, and direction in order to be made straight, even, right, and prosperous, who prevailed as a prince and an heir. He was empowered through the purifying fire of the Father's teaching to raise him up to be a first-fruits leader, more powerful now as God. As a strengthened shepherd and teacher, a leader with the staff of authority. He was then marked with a limp, as his walk looked different. This should help connect some dots from the letters of the deep teaching series regarding Passover, Pesach. Let me bring two last words into the discussion. One makes it personal to us, my husband and I, in relation to this passage regarding Jacob's wrestle, as we will all wrestle with this information. It is a word translated as the day, and it is from shakar, dawn, literal, figurative, or adverbial. The primitive root means, properly, to dawn, figuratively, to be up early at any task, with implication of earnestness and painstaking to search for. This is what we do, and have done long before we ever discovered this word through our study, sometimes rising between 12:30 at night to 3 so that we can study until 6 a.m. before starting our day. When we found this word, we can truly say that revelation is humbling. Let's take a quick peek through metaology. It will be revealed to those who rise early, ones who painstakingly search through the purification fires that will empower them to overcome their flesh and to become one that sets them apart from those who are on the outside of the covenant and raises them from being poor and destitute as the first fruits. Grabbing a hold of the power expressed through words that bring about abundant life will give power, means, and direction of the right hand, the door that reveals how to see the ascension growing up process, which is the teacher and shepherd's purpose in presenting the living water, light teachings of Mother and Father, so that one can ascend to the highest, as unto the Father and Source, as the revealed. Moses was to fulfill this promise, and he brought the tribes all the way to Mount Sinai out of Egypt, where they would receive this promise. Then the sin of the golden calf occurred, but a copy was placed in the Ark of the Covenant, and we have access to it today through the repaired covenant, the Brit Chadashah. I want to come back to Moses in Exodus 7. The last word that I did not cover was the word see. And in definition, it means to see, literally or figuratively. And through metaology, we have this. You will be seen as one who was once poor and destitute, but has now risen to the top, the head, one associated with the family of God, who will be revealed. Where Moses was revealed as Elohim, and so shall we. This process, through the blueprints of the twin covenants, metaphysically activates the Merkaba, the 3, the 6, and 9. Now the circuit completed, the Merkaba activated. This is our spiritual inheritance and our birthright, given to the firstborn through communion, the first fruits, the 144,000, which is a people group and not a fixed number, that found the narrow path, and few there be who find it. I do not know the mathematics or the science behind all of this, and there is plenty of information out there that you can gather on the subject matter. We see it in the language. It is metaphysical. Many religions teach this, and there are religions that obfuscate this truth. It is up to us to discern and to dig. This is the truth as we see it within the Hebrew and Aramaic letters that show us exactly what we need to do to become it. If you are here and watching this, then you are part of the called. Those who are not have not reached the vibrational level to receive this, as they are still wrestling in a lower vibratory nature, so they won't be able to see it, and therefore they will walk away. And that is okay, as we are all in process. I would have not been able to receive this years ago myself. So, if you are here, congratulations. You are well loved, and I'm excited to be walking this way with you. One last thing. I want to share a video with you, and it's a little more than 2.5 minutes long. I hope you wait it out until the end, because it will be worth your time, as it sums things up perfectly in what it looks like in our becoming. Believe it or not. I bless you. May you be one who spiritually builds their temple through covenant, to raise you up as a first fruit, if you grasp the spiritual word spoken as a powerful blessing over you. Shalom. Shalom.